This is the back vestibule. On one side is the back door, on the other is the door to the dining room. It appears that from the window at the back of the dining room to where the ceiling starts sloping in this room was the original kitchen and pantry. Whether this space was the kitchen or pantry, the measurements were the same. When the dining room wall was exposed to show that there was framing for 2 rooms, 4 feet deep by 12 feet wide. Whether the wall between the rooms was full or partial, there's no way of knowing. At any rate, when the house was built, there was no space for modern kitchen appliances because they didn't exist. From the place where the ceiling begins to slope to the back door was most likely the back porch. This is a fainting couch, often present in affluent homes in the 1850s. The origin story of fainting couches is that because ladies wore tight-fitting bone corsets, they might feel faint and need to lay down. Bone corsets in the time that the paw house was built were made of whale bones, or baleen. They were designed to shape and support the torso. This was given to us by a friend whose family owned it since it was new in 1884. For centuries, whalebone was used for shaping Western fashion. Whalebone, the keratin ribs in the upper jaws of the whale, was prepared by boiling for 12 hours until it was soft enough to cut into various lengths and dimensions. Each baleen rib was examined by the workman and sorted according to length and quality as he worked. It hardened when cooled. Baleen had a variety of commercial uses. It was made into stay bones for corsets approximately 12 to 16 inches long. Sets of 8 ribs or stretchers 20 to 40 inches long were used for umbrellas and parasols. It was cut into various sizes and thicknesses for bristlebone used in brushes, including for chimney and street cleaning, as well as used for covering whip handles, walking sticks, and telescopes. Leftover shavings were used by upholsterers for stuffing or sent to farmers for fertilizer. Where the ceiling starts sloping in this room was the original kitchen and pantry. Whether this space was the kitchen or pantry, the measurements were the same. When the dining room wall was exposed to show that there was framing for 2 rooms, 4 feet deep by 12 feet wide. Whether the wall between the rooms was full or partial, there's no way of knowing. At any rate, when the house was built, there was no space for modern kitchen appliances because they didn't exist. From the place where the ceiling begins to slope to the back door was most likely the back porch. This little music box is called a symphonium. It uses a disc with holes punched into it to play music, much like a player piano. The symphonium was a fascinating Victorian-era music box that marked a significant innovation in musical devices. It was one of the first disc-playing music boxes introduced by the Symphonian Company in 1885. Unlike earlier cylinder-based music boxes, the symphonium used flat metal discs with pins to produce music, making it more user-friendly and affordable. These music boxes were often beautifully crafted, with intricate designs and mechanisms. They gained popularity for their ability to play interchangeable discs, allowing users to enjoy a variety of tunes on a single device. The Symphonian Company also pioneered advancements like electric motors in their models, further enhancing their functionality. This one is a reproduction. Here's a bit of kitchen history in Victorian times and a look at the detached kitchen built in 2004. 19th century kitchens were often located in separate buildings or at the back of the house to minimize the risk of fire and to keep heat and odors away from living areas. The paw house kitchen was located at the back of the house and is now located in a separate building a few feet from the dining room, with a covered walkway between them. By the mid-century, cast iron stoves became widespread, offering a safe and efficient way to cook. Without modern appliances, tasks like grinding grains, churning butter, and preserving food were labor-intensive and time-consuming. For middle-class homeowners like the Paw family, who were close to town, much of the food ingredients could be purchased at the general store. Running water was rare, so water had to be fetched from wells or pumps. Food storage relied on root cellars, ice boxes, if ice was available, and preserving methods like pickling, salting, and drying. Kitchens were lit by natural light during the day and candles or oil lamps at night. They often had wooden tables for food preparation and storage. Tools were simple and made of wood, iron, or tin. These kitchens were the heart of the home, where families worked together to prepare meals and preserve food for the seasons ahead. Art Nouveau influenced art and design from the 1890s to 1920 and was the inspiration for those great rock and roll posters of the 1960s and 70s. It was followed by the Art Deco style, which influenced the design of everything from architecture like the Chrysler Building and the Empire State Building to cars, kitchen utensils, trains, and much, much more. It flourished between the 1920s and 30s. My wife, Jeanette, collected glassware and lighting from that period, and she has some of her collection in the kitchen. I have some of my Deco pop-up toasters in that room, and an early 20th century toaster that was operated manually and sat on a stove burner for heat, along with some other early 20th century items. This narrow door goes to a bathroom, installed in 2004, that replaced the bathroom, which was removed when we tore off the bedroom and bath addition on what the Victorians called the piazza. This bathroom sink was taken from the aforementioned porch addition bathroom, as was this Deco fixture. I'm going to head upstairs now.